fiery foe of the Glatorian, and now back in yellow? The yellow-armored servant of Makuta uses its searing power of heat vision to melt any obstacle in its path. One of an army unleashed by Makuta, only the Golden Toa can hope to stop its rampage. This is a Bionicle Stars review by LegomationStudio. Hey everyone, it's LegomationStudio here with another Bionicle Stars review. As you saw with the last one that we reviewed, Gresh, we are now reviewing the Rahkshi. A set that a lot of us liked, that was new, introducing the two combining limbs that would bend together. That set was definitely a very classic set. So of course it made sense to bring that back for the final year of Bionicle. We will start with the Canister here, as we have with all the other ones. And remembering that these sets, to think of them as Agori Matoran sets, not Toa or Titan, so that they really are pretty cool in the fact that not thinking it's a Bionicle year. I mean, if these had been released with other sets too, and it wasn't the end of Bionicle, a lot of people would like these a lot more than people say they do. But it's a great one, and I really am enjoying to review this one. So let's talk about a Canister quickly. Bionicle Stars Rahkshi. He's in a pose that all Rahkshi are in, where they're holding their awesome staff in both hands. 18 pieces, not the most, but at least it's more than like 15, 16, so it's a lot of pieces for a size set like this. Then we have this kind of sand that the Rahkshi is standing on, and collect the Bionicle, the Golden Bionicle, or really the Golden Bionicle armor. And in the background we have the Toa Tahu Hau mask that represents Matanui. And then on the back, let's zoom in and we can see that we have Tahu with all of his golden armor. And then around him are all the Bionicle Stars sets. And next to them is the golden piece that they contribute. Each one contributes to go to that. So you can have a little checklist to each one you need to collect. The one that is highlighted is, of course, the Rahkshi. So that's the one that you have. Then how to put the Rahkshi in, but very hard because this has a lot. Then we have the collect the Golden Bionicle. Oh, well, really, it's collect the golden armor. Then the Biocode. Again, let me know if it works. I don't know if it works yet. They haven't really released that yet. But if it does, type in the comments below. This Biocode is 101R47. Now, on the top, we have the SKRALL maze design, and around it with the indents there and then the spikes. And then on the bottom, how you can stack them up. So it looks pretty cool. And now we'll open it up and look at the piece. So to open it, you simply grab the tab here, pop up the lid, dump out all the contents. Let's see what we got for our money. Well, we got the instruction booklet, of course. And we do this with all of them. It's basically the same picture from the Canister, and then this awesome poster for Bionicle Stars. Tahu and all the pieces connecting to him, and what you need to do to collect them all, and which sets provide which pieces. And then, ooh, look at this. No Ben 10 advertisement. Yeah, woohoo. I don't know if about yours. Maybe yours doesn't, but because this had a lot of building things to it, no Ben 10, just the Win Lego. Haha, take that, Lego. Take that, Ben 10. You're not on the Rahkshi. You can't touch the Rahkshi, dude. You can't. Okay. But yeah, no Ben 10 advertised in that instruction booklet. That's funny. Okay, let's look at the new and old pieces. Well, these were the Av Matoran feet that were used in the 2008, Shadow Matoran. But now, they're in yellow. That's pretty cool, especially for mocking. They're recolor in yellow, and everyone likes yellow. Or, well, I don't know, everyone doesn't like yellow. That's just a stereotype, but I like yellow. So this is really cool. We've never had these pieces in yellow. That's pretty nice. Then we have these that came with Lee Rock, the green Rahkshi, which we will do a size comparison of in just a bit once we've built it. Anyways, they're back. They haven't been in much since then, so now they're back. These pieces, pretty nice. This piece, which is that different kind of shaped piece, is used for, I think, elongating the neck. Because as you remember, these sets were hunched back. The Rahkshis were hunched backed. So I think this is used to help do that. That's why there's this extra one there. Then we have yellow Glatorian hands. So besides that whole yellow factor, yellow. Oh, stop saying yellow. The yellow Glatorian hands. We have these pieces, 2 of them, which were the ones released in 2008 to connect the Avmatoran to their Toa. And so we have 2 of those, which will help connect probably, I think, the spine. And then the fat version of the the fat version of Avmatoran bodies. If you remember, these were the body pieces, but we haven't, so far of all the ones we've reviewed, we haven't had one like this. So here we go. This is one of the fatty bodies. Then I think we might have had a couple of these, but these were released with the original Rahkshi. They helped. They were these clear orange pieces that helped with making the eyes light up. And then a very long rod to help attach the staff and the spine. And people like Shadow Gear, for instance, don't really like these, but it's cool to see that Lego's going to the extremes to make these work. This part is the same mold as the old Rahkshi's back, but the spine is a different mold. The head is the same mold, but the attachment of that is a different mold. And this is a different mold right here. So, I mean, really it is a different mold. They just kind of combined the molds a little bit and added some connector pieces. So, it's good to see that Lego went into doing this new piece, but you can't really do much with it unless you bought a bunch of Rahkshis and colored each one differently. You can make a mini team of Rahkshis, but again, like what we had with Nekton's spine, you can't really do much with this afterwards. You can only use it for this set. But I like to see people try and mock with it. That'd be cool. And then the gold piece. Now, because of the Rahkshi, we have the golden Borak Call shield. This will be used for Tau's shield. Very nice. Thanks to the Paraka set for having this one. Let's add it. Now 2 more to go. Let's go ahead and build it.
That's right, I'm back, and those Ben 10s can't touch my instruction booklet. Hey, you guys remember when I used to rock out me and all my Rahkshi brothers? Oh yeah, that's how you do it.
Now let's talk about building experience. Well, the building was actually quite different for building a Matoran / a Gory set. The building experience was mainly just the top part that was different. You had a lot of different connecting. If I can show you, yeah, zoom in, cameraman. To make this hunchback kind of deal. So, as you can see here, we had the piece, this limb connect here, and you know, I don't know if it's not the best thing. I mean, they could have tried and made a new mold to do that, or maybe even try to find another piece that didn't really have this ball joint connector here. I mean, it's kind of clunky and gets in the way. It doesn't make him look that cool, but at least it's not too bad, and it made it work. It worked together, it fits fine, and looks like a real Rahkshi. So that was different, and then the back part too of attaching the spine there. And then when you had to go around here, at the top part, let's see, it's hard to take these off similar to what we had, but because the spine is made of rubber, that same rubber like Nekton's spine, there's this the ball joint of the where regular heads go, it fits right into this socket right here. There's a socket, and so Lego was, you know, kind enough to say, oh, well, let's make a socket to push in to make it easier. We push it in there and it just slides in like that. Fits right in very nicely, and then you attach this to the head like so. If we can get it there. Yeah. And so there we have the spine. And that's pretty much for building experience, was that it was different like that. And that was something new that we haven't really done before because it's the Matoran, trying to get that complex thing on there. So really, you gotta give LEGO their props for making these sets work. I mean, it's very hard. Usually the Matoran and Gory are just these regular kind of human body, leg, arms, yeah. But with Rahkshi, they have that hunchback part of them, so they really have to find out how to make it work. So LEGO, you know what, good job on doing that, finding how to make it work and spending a lot of time on the smaller sets here. The fact that the arms are so small and don't bend, you can't do much with the staff but this. I mean, you can't move it around that much. It was kind of like that with Vastus, but with Vastus you even had more stuff you could do. But with the Rahkshi, you can't do much. Move it around, yeah. But you can pose it pretty nicely. And one arm always has to be like flat, and one arm always has to be kind of up. The spine has this like the silver top tips, which are the same part of it, and are painted differently, so they kind of blend together, and that looks cool. It kind of looks like these spines, these silver bits are coming out of his back almost, because the fusing of the yellow and silver looks kind of cool. Like it looks like they're popping out of his back. It's like, yeah, painful. So yeah, that's different. It looks a lot more natural, you know what I mean? But you know what? Let's do a comparison with the green Rahkshi. Quick before we do the comparison, I'm sorry guys, but these actually are the things that came with the blue Rahkshi, now that I remember. And that actually is the only Rahkshi that I don't have. Kind of funny. I mean, a couple of my friends do, and I tried to trade. But yeah, that is from the blue Rahkshi, and that's the Rahkshi that I actually don't have, but I have everyone else. So let's take out the green Rahkshi out of its canister. Yeah, I even saved the canister from back then. And I didn't care much back then because I was, you know, younger and all. But the Rahkshi back then, they had a lot of gray in them. But I guess the fact that they had introduced this bending in the knees idea, that concept, because of that, it really made up for all that, because it was this new type of build that they would be using for the rest of Bionicle sets until the end. So they really do resemble each other, I must say. Of course, there was never a yellow Rahkshi, so at least we didn't get like another color Rahkshi. At least LEGO gave us a different color that we don't have and never really got, so that's cool. And the heat vision power with him, this I remember, it was like poison. Was that it? Yeah. And there were some things in this set, though, that never came out in any other sets. Like this little piece here that, well, not really little, the big piece that would make him so you had that function. The old functions, we really miss those, where you twist the back thing back here. Let me see. Yeah. And they never used the feet again either, which I kind of found depressing. It was like, oh, why don't they use those feet again? Because they were kind of cool. But comparing those feet to here, these feet are definitely a lot different. But I guess this Rahkshi kind of sticks with the whole gray aspect of being the main part of a Rahkshi, because these were eel, they were the sons of Makuta, so they're gray. But it's a Rahkshi thing. It's easier to take the head off because this is rubber. Harder for this because this is hard plastic. Definitely way taller than this guy, but that's a comparison between the new Rahkshi and the old Rahkshi from back in the day. So it's the Bionicle Stars set, Return of the Rahkshi here, and the story behind it is basically that Makuta has sent these out to help. They have heat vision and melt any obstacle in its path, similar to the Green Borak, I must say, the first ever Green Borak. So if you like this set, I would agree with you on that. It's at least it beats neck. At least the Rahkshi had like more kind of new pieces and stuff. The return of old pieces as well. So if you like the Rahkshi, I suggest you go out and get it, especially that it was an old classic set brought back into Matoran Ogori form. The other con, actually, I want to note just before is that you can't really move the head that much without the spine attachment detaching itself. So you pretty much have to leave the head as it is, or else it'll squish and the face will get all like look.
Looks like a chipmunk, like when its cheeks are full of nuts. Okay, now he's gonna get mad.
So if you enjoyed this review, hope you want to go out and get it. It is a Bionicle Star, and it is one of the final sets of Bionicle, so I'm going to collect them all. A lot of other people are too, but if you want to just skip one or two, this is probably one you want to get, because it's an old set. We haven't seen it for a while, and it's been brought back into this form. So it's definitely a must-have. And if I were to rate it, I would probably give it 5 out of 5. Just because of the different bits of it where you can have the attachment of the spine, and that's different from like the regular gory, you know what I mean? The design is different and it works. So I give it a 5 out of 5. So, because yeah, we're thinking of it as just a gory. This is a really far out for a gory, and it's the comeback of a Rahkshi. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and up next we'll be reviewing the SKRALL. So you can decide whether you want to get the Bionicle Star Rahkshi. This is LegomationStudio signing out.